fun and I'm enjoying talking to you. So the team has got 4 questions for me today. They're also keeping an eye on your comments, and if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments and we'll get into those questions. But let's start with question number 1, and that is, I have seen articles about developers using sunset dates to get out of contracts. How do I know Williams Corporation won't do the same? Well, I'll break this down. So a sunset date is a very sensible part of a contract. So a sunset date, we have a contract. So let's say you are purchasing a house and Williams Corporation is building that house. So you have a purchaser and a vendor. And we say, well, we intend to build your house as per your contract. But if it's not done by a certain date in the future, the contract is cancelled. And the reason sunset dates are sensible is there's all sorts of things that could happen. There could be a war. There could be a serious incident on site. There could be a problem with the ground. There could be a serious reason why that contract can't be fulfilled. And both parties don't want to be locked into that contract forever. Now, the reason sunset dates have a bad name is normally when the property market is booming, there are supply chain issues. So the property market prices are going up. It becomes more complex to build a home because more people are competing for resources such as consenting, labor, materials, etc. And you have multiple people competing for those resources. They become harder to get. Houses are built slower. So at a time where prices are going up, developers are cancelling contracts based on sunset dates and reselling those homes at a higher price. Now, how do you know Williams Corporation won't do the same? Well, we've delivered approximately 1,500 houses now. It's just under. It's about 1,460, I think. And we have never cancelled a development on a sunset date. So we have cancelled developments where consents have changed, and that's always been minor. And we normally give the customer the choice if they want to go through with the project or not. So the average Williams Corporation contract, we have a 3-year sunset date. And we also have a clause in the contract that says we cannot deliberately slow down a development and cancel the contract to realize a capital gain. So we have a 3-year contract. Our average construction time frame is 9 months. The average time from when a customer signs a contract to when they have their house delivered is 12 months. And then we have our 3-year sunset and the clause saying we cannot use that sunset to realize a capital gain, plus our track record of delivering all the houses we've delivered without cancelling for a gain. Now, we've had some situations where houses have gone up huge amounts in value, and we probably could have delayed things, or we couldn't because of the contract, but we could have tried to play that game, and we never have. We've always acted with honour and integrity. So question number 2, what is a fixed price contract? Well, essentially, there's all sorts of clauses you can put in a contract where you could change the price. So there's clauses around, you could say, if the materials go up by this amount, you can pass it on to the customer. If this happens, if that happens, you can slip in all sorts of little things where if prices increase, you can then charge the customer more. Now, the Williams Corporation contract, we guarantee that the price you sign at is the price you'll pay on settlement, and we don't have any clauses that allow us to lift up that price. Now, last year, the last 2 years where we saw a booming market, we saw lots and lots of developers renegotiate their contract and lift prices. And Williams Corporation never did that. We honoured our contracts, and our contract is fixed for the customer. With increasing interest rates, I don't think now is the right time to buy. Why do you still think it is? Well, 3 reasons. When I look at New Zealand's population growth over time and the story, which is New Zealand, I think New Zealand's a great place to live, and we're going to continue to see population growing. Now, when I look at building a house, I look at materials, I look at labor, I look at council. It's becoming harder and harder and more expensive to build houses. And when I look at the average dwelling size, we see it going down. So we have less people living in each house, so we need more houses. So we essentially need more houses, and they're becoming more expensive to build. So to me, when I look at that information, I say, well, prices will continue to increase over time. And that's why I'm continuing to buy property constantly. So my whole career, I've always purchased a lot of property, and that hasn't changed. I'm still buying this year. This year, I'm probably going to buy the most property I've ever purchased. So I'm very, very bullish, and I'm building my portfolio currently. How do you deal with supply chain issues? Really good question. It's very hard to build houses. What we do is we are organized. We treat our trades and suppliers with respect, and we pay people on time. So what that means is people really want to deal with us. And because people really want to deal with us, it means that we have supply from lots of different people wanting to build Williams Corporation houses, and we have those options. How do you think population density housing will create slums of the future? Well, look, when you have traveled all around the world and you've seen density all over the world, you understand that this slums of the future is sort of a silly comment. Normally, in central cities, you have lots of people living there. Where you have lots of people living, you have lots of money spent, you have new businesses, you have development, you have infrastructure. And where you have a large concentration of money being spent, the chance of low quality housing and undesirable activity significantly goes down. So what we need to focus on is we need to focus on affordable housing, large amounts of people living in an urban environment. This means that our beautiful parks and farms and everything can be left where they are, and we can have people living in a more sustainable manner. Now, that's our questions for the day. I hope I added value to you. I'm really enjoying doing these. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, and we will do some more presentations and questions. Thank you very much, and have a great day.